Alrighty. I'm gonna do this thing called Reddit roulette. I'm gonna pretend like this was all selected at random, but it really wasn't. I'm actually just gonna scroll through my homepage on Reddit and see what catches my interest and react to it. uh, Fuck. Okay. Okay, this is a good one. Dude, I'm like a 80-year-old man when it comes to using my phone. I tried to do a screenshot and just and completely botched it. Closed out, not closed out. And put the black screen on my phone. I hit the power button and it went black and then it shot up and I tried to do my thumbprint, but then it was like, no, put in the fucking pin pad and all this other dumb shit. The heading is, my wife's mother said it wasn't normal of me to cry when my daughter was born. Bro, okay. Okay. So the wife said, my mom said that because you cried so easily when blank came out, you cry over SMTH, not serious. What does SMTH mean? Dude, this is what I get for just fucking living under a rock and just like keeping to myself and playing video games. Now I have to like look up acronyms and shit. I'm assuming small things, something. Okay. So it's you cry over something not serious. He said, "What?" And she said, "And that's not normal." And then the husband replied, "What does that even mean?" And then the wife said, "I don't even know. She said because you cry, it's not normal." Bro, like, I don't know about y'all, but like every dad I know cried when they had a daughter. Just about all of them that I know of. Something not serious. Having a kid isn't serious. How is not having a kid serious, bro? That's like, I forgot. I looked it up one time, bro. It's like $100,000 till they're 18 and all this other How is that not serious? There's a whole other fucking being you got to take care of, man. And make sure you don't give it a diaper rash, feed it milk on time, make sure it burps, and whatever I'm not a father, but it sounds like something pretty damn serious. Like, I don't know, maybe his mother-in-law had like a fucking bajillion kids, so like they're just like veterans and they're like, this is what the fuck ever, you know? But that seems pretty ridiculous if you ask me. It's not normal. It's not normal for a guy to cry. Man, I gotta say it's pretty normal. It's just doing it out in public or in front of people. Everyone cries every now and again. Sometimes it happens in public. And it's not fun. It's more not fun for the person crying because now you're crying more because you're embarrassed. And that's the worst. So this one is from the Office Depot subreddit. And the title is, I pepper sprayed a customer in self-defense. ... Before I explain, I'll give you some background. So I'm just a regular associate handling freight and tech. Right when I got hired a few years ago, I was really focused on reading the company rules about handling suspicious and aggressive customers. What tools and weapons are prohibited for OD, for Office Depot, etc. I understand the policy very well. The reason I paid special attention to this policy is the Office Depot I work at is in a piece of shit city with high crime rate and drug problems. For my safety, I always carry a defensive tool or weapon when I'm out and about. Now, I work at Office Depot. I only carried pepper spray. Now, for working at Office Depot, I only carried pepper spray. And I believe it's okay since we sell them in our store. And I never got caught or told anyone for the 3 years I worked in this company. Also, I'm not a very tough or tall guy. I'm just 5'4", 120-pound dude. Alright, now here's what happened today. I was working on a U-boat when my I was working on a U-boat when my cashier radioed that there was a suspicious customer with a large duffel bag, a backpack, and his hoodie up. My part time manager was trying to provide customer service, but the customer ignored him. The customer came to my aisle and started stuffing inks and toners into his duffel bag right in front of me. I said, "Dude, really? Come on, are you stupid?" He looked at me surprised and responded, "Stay back. Leave me alone." I complied, walked back. I complied, walked backward away from him, and radioed my manager about what he was doing. Then the customer heard me and charged at me aggressively, trying to grab and attack me. I don't know what he was trying to do. I quickly backed away and sprayed him with pepper spray. He screamed, cursed, and he said he'd sue me or whatever. He then abandoned his duffel bag and ran outside, sitting on the curb in pain. My part time manager called the cops, who came and arrested the customer. Paramedics also came and treated him on the spot. The police investigated and questioned my coworkers, some coworkers, and my GM, who rushed to the store when my part-time manager called him about what happened. After the police and GM reviewed the footage, the police said my actions were justified and thanked me for stopping the thief since he stole from other stores. Police searched him and they told me he had a knife in his duffel bag, so the pepper spray pretty much saved my life. My GM was supportive and an awesome guy. He made sure I was okay and even helped with some first aid after I got a bit of pepper spray exposure. However, the loss prevention lady is an. She said using force on a customer violated company policy. Said I should have whispered on the radio so the customer couldn't hear me, but I doubt my coworkers would have heard me if I did that. Plus, it was an adrenaline moment. He was quick, and I managed to get a safe distance away from him. Even the cops said I did a good job for maintaining a safe distance, which is what the company recommends. It was literally in one of those training. It was literally in one of those trainings. The loss prevention also said I carried a prohibited weapon. She wants she wants me fired. I really don't like her. She's a Karen. She's a typical OD customer Karen. Shaking my like a typical Office Depot customer Karen. Shaking my head. Everyone at the store, including customers, agreed that what I did was justified except for the loss prevention. My GM fighting hard to keep me from being fired. Now, here's the $1 billion question. How will corporate react to this? Will the district manager be involved as well? Man, dude, I swear to God, bro, this type of shit happens at like every fucking job that you go to. Like, if I hear so many fucking stories about this shit, where someone's like, "Oh, I had to defend myself or whatever, and I got fired for it." Or I think recently there was the Hawk Tua girl. It's like, bro, like, do you expect these people to act like a fucking, how they are at work when they're outside going to the store at Walmart or something like that? Like, do you expect your fucking doctor, you know, to be as professional as he is when you go see him in the hospital? You know what I mean? Like, if you're like, man, I got this really bad itch or some shit like that, and you see your doctor at a fucking local Walmart, you don't go up to him and you're like, "Hey, man, I got this itch." It's like, dude, you fucking make an appointment, you go through the fucking protocol like everyone goddamn else. You know what I mean? And like, if this guy knows his fucking policy as well as he's claiming, you know what I mean? Like, he would have definitely known that it wouldn't. He would have definitely have known. He definitely would. He def. If this guy knows the company policy as well as he says he does, he would have definitely known that pepper spray was not allowed. Like he said, he went through the policy up and down. If it doesn't mention pepper spray, they sell pepper spray. I don't see the issue there. You know what I mean? like most of the time they have protocol for like, he followed the protocol, right? He let people know he did this and that. But then he acted in self defense when he got charged at, and he's the bad guy. It's like, it's so stupid. And loss prevention lady, the loss prevention lady, he prevented a loss. He prevented a loss of merchandise and the loss of an employee and the loss of his life. He prevented all those. And they still give him fucking shit for it. Well, at least the one lady. So, I mean, hopefully everything works out for him. Let's see if there's any comments that catch my eye. God, dude, like the first comment that has like the most upvotes or whatever says that he's more than likely going to get fired, but to take the police, get a copy of the police report, take it to the labor union and the unemployment offices to file for unemployment. And I'm not sure about the labor union. But you got to go through so many fucking hoops and ladders just to like try to fucking prove that you were defending yourself or whatever or that it was wrongful termination when they have damn security cameras in that bitch, most likely. I'm just saying, if you see someone running at you, like especially if you grew up or growing up or you're in a rough area, you're not going to think twice about what you're going to do. You're like, I need to defend myself, whatever cause that may be. If you're fight, flight, or freeze, hopefully not the third. But if you're one of the first two, you're probably more than likely going to survive that encounter. But if you freeze, I mean, I don't know, it could be over for you. But I guess if you're a freezer, maybe he'd have kept his fucking job. Man, that is so ridiculous. Okay, this title is very interesting, and I haven't read the context yet. But it says, married ex-girlfriends stranded. Like, married ex-girlfriend is stranded, I think. So it says, my ex-girlfriend from college had an 8-hour overlay in New York City and needed a place to crash overnight. She called me to ask if she could come by, freshen up, and take a nap. I hadn't spoken to her in over 10 years after she chose a guy over me the Hooma monster. The Hooma monster. I'm just saying it sounds pretentious when anyone uses whom. But, I'm a ass who dropped out of high school, so what do I know? After she chose a guy over me who she eventually married, she stopped returning my calls, and I eventually found out she got married by her name change on Facebook. When she called me for the favor, I said, no, call your husband. She responded that he didn't have the money for a hotel, blah, blah, blah. He said, not my problem. She and my older sister are sorority sisters, and she called my sister to complain. My sister says I should have helped her out since I lived 10 minutes away from the airport and we had a past. Am I the asshole? Bro, no. You are not, bro. It's your house. You know what I mean? And I mean, if there was like no communication after that, you know what I'm saying? Like she chose someone over you, didn't even say anything afterwards, like, no, hey, sorry. You didn't even have to apologize, but an explanation or something. Not that she owes him one, right? Like she doesn't owe him one, but if she wants to maintain that relationship, she also has to put forth some sort of effort. You know what I'm saying? He tried to call her and things like that after he found out, or well, you know what I'm saying? Like he was the one that was trying to reach out. She said no, got married, left things be, and then when she needs help with something, she calls him. You know what I mean? Like you only call me when you need something. So I say not the asshole, and her sister's kind of a bitch for not sticking by her brother, just a little bit. But then again, like I bet you what happened was that the ex-girlfriend probably gave her, her side of the story, and the sister is obviously gonna, like, when you have more context to one side, you're probably more likely to side with the one that you have the most context from, unless it's like really bad. The context is bad, not the context itself, but I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, just because like you guys have a past, you know what I mean? Like I have a friend who I don't talk to. I'm not gonna say his name, but me and him were friends since I was like, I was like maybe 13 or 14, and I think we stopped being friends for a little bit, and then we reignited our friendship, and then it was a few years later, same thing. I just had to cut him off. Like just because you have a past with someone doesn't make you obligated to fucking help them in their time of need. You know what I mean? Like personally, I feel like that guy just did not need that shit, you know. But who am I to say? I don't fucking know all the details. Okay, this was something that I can relate to just a little bit. Today I fucked up by singing a song stuck in my head while cuddling on the couch. To start, okay, this is a lighthearted fuck up, and no, she's not still upset about it, but it sure was embarrassing when it happened. A little background information first. Sometimes I get songs stuck in my head, and occasionally I will absentmindedly start singing or humming them without realizing it. I'm guessing this isn't uncommon. Bro, it's not, because I do that shit all the goddamn time. I break out in like fucking song and dance like I'm in a Disney show, and I can't say that many amount of curse words, but I was raised by sailors and wolves, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway. Also, since we started dating, my girlfriend has gained a little weight, as as have I, because we both enjoy nice dinners. Felt that when me and my girlfriend first started dating, dude, I put on so much weight because I was like, yo, you gotta try this place. Yo, you gotta try this place. Yo, you ain't had that, bruh. We were ordering out every night, multiple times a day. It was a lot of fun, but it was expensive, and I put on a lot of weight. So back to the fuck up. Earlier, my girlfriend and I were laying on the couch watching TV. She was wearing a cute black dress, which reaches about halfway down her thighs, so most of her legs were exposed. We have been working out together lately, and her legs have been overly sore. So from time to time, I lightly massage them for her while we are sitting on the couch. So I started rubbing her legs while we're watching TV. We had gone to dinner early, and on the way home, the song "Thunder" by Imagine Dragons came on the radio, and the chorus was stuck in my head. Before I realized it, I was singing "Thunder, Feel the Thunder" while rubbing her legs. Bro. Oh man. Thunder thighs. Anyways, hey man, ain't nothing wrong with some thunder thighs if you got them. I got some thunder thighs. I don't know if it's right for a guy to say that, but my thighs are pretty fucking big. I worked out a lot as a fat person, and I'm still fat, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, I haven't, man, dude, I haven't heard fucking Imagine Dragons in a long time, but every time that I do hear them, I'm like, and my eyes got really wide, and I tried to explain it was just singing the song because it was stuck in my head, and she said it was clearly a Freudian slip. Freudian slip. And she now knows she needs to double down on working out to keep her thunder thighs from growing any larger. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for her to stop harassing me about this fuck up. Man, honestly, it's probably you're never gonna live it down. Let's be real here. Like this is something that's gonna come up lightheartedly and angrily later on. You're gonna have to explain yourself about 5 more times before it's accepted, and it was like, oh, that was actually just you singing randomly. The key here is embrace your random singing. Do it as often as you can. Then you'll have receipts to, be like, no, it wasn't about Thunder Thighs. Look, I was singing the guy, make a man like out of you. Like, I was doing that 30 minutes ago or whatever. Look at my receipts. uh, One last thing, though, before I close this out. I need to know what fruitient means. Fruitian. Freudian. Oh, some unconscious desires. A Freudian slip. So I guess she was trying to say that he unconsciously wants Thunder Thighs or doesn't want or something like that. I don't really know. But God, I could see that shit happening to the best of us. And I guess that's it for now because my throat hurts and I need some water. Anyways, do that thing that other YouTubers tell you to do later.